Thanks for joining me. It is Dating with Katy, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about organic versus online. Now, this is the truth of this day and age. There are plenty of ways to meet people, but the two main ones are organic, and we're going to define that, and online. But before we get started today, I want to thank my sponsor. I want to thank Sync Matchmaking. That's CINQE.com. Make sure you get in their database. Link is below. Link is also in my link tree. Also my website, datingwithkaty.com. Also, make sure that you subscribe. These are short and sweet. I get to the point. I'm going to get you confident. I'm going to get you successful. And I'm going to make sure that you're having fun dating. So make sure you subscribe and send these to your friends as well, because we all have single friends. Trust me, even us married people who are watching, because married people do follow. I know you have single friends. Well, let's get started today, because really, it's a numbers game. This whole new wave of dating, I always like to think about how back in the day, you know, you'd live on a street and Grandma Betty would talk to Aunt Nancy down the way and they'd say, "Oh, sweetheart, I have a nice niece." And Grandma Betty would say, "I have a nice nephew," and they would set you up. And that's really how people got to know each other, or they had to be out and about. But it's so different nowadays, and it's okay that it's different. I think we all sometimes want to cling to this idea that I'm only going to meet somebody organically. And that's usually the first one that people will stick to, you know. I want to be at Trader Joe's and I want somebody to come up and talk to me and it's going to be magical. And that's just silliness, to be honest. If this is really your only way of dating and meeting people is via organic, I mean, good luck to you. Let me know how those numbers work out for you, because I just don't think that is the best way. And you're going to see why. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I personally think online is better than organic, although both are great and you should be doing both. As I like to say, you want to get the best ROI, return on your investment, in your dating life. All right, so let's go over these 5 things. Now remember, it's a numbers game. At this day and stage, I think it's because we have internet and we are so much more aware of cultures and people and diversity and opportunities that we are not totally satisfied with something in the neighborhood, right? A lot of us want glamorous, or we want successful, and that looks different than where we're currently living. We want to kind of move up in the realm, or we want the opposite. We're living in the hustle and bustle of a city, but we'd love to go live in a countryside, so we want to meet somebody over there, so it's not in our locale. So hence why I love the idea of online dating. But again, it's just a numbers game. And a lot of it has to do with personality too, so we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about this organic. We have heard it, I always call it organic, but it's just the normal, natural way of meeting people. But let's be honest, not everybody is good at meeting people. So then there's online, which, gosh, this probably took off in the 90s. And I've talked to people who started early on Match. I've done Match. I love Bumble. You'll hear about that later. I've done Hinge. I think I did Tinder for 48 hours and then I jumped off. I didn't do Farmers Only, but I was curious about it, I have to be honest. I did do Jdate. I heard there was great guys on there. I think there's so many opportunities and websites, so you can't say there's not one for you. There's plenty of online. I've had clients that I've put on golden sneakers, silver sneakers. I've had clients where I put them on seeking arrangements because they had different desires, and I knew that the kind of woman they're looking for was probably going to be on there. Look, I don't judge. If it works, it works. So there's so many opportunities with online. Now, organic, there is too, but don't expect some guy in your yoga class to come and talk to you. Don't expect a guy at a bar either, because there's so many diversions now. A woman sitting at a bar with a girlfriend is not an easy segue for a guy to just jump in. Even my son and I were talking about this today. He's 20 years old. He's not great at doing the quick one-liner, which I do have a one-liner. It says, what brings you out tonight? But he was saying that his friend actually throws a pen or pencil. I mean, they're in college, so they throw something toward the girl, and then my son goes over and gets it. Now, I don't know how great that is of an idea, but I love that it's an idea, and I love that they're trying it. So for them, it takes teamwork to go chat with a girl. All right, I want to talk about how in eHarmony right now, it says every 14 minutes somebody finds love. Guys, that's not true. Do not believe the shenanigans. Maybe every 14 minutes there's a match on eHarmony, but a match does not mean that you're finding love. You know, and it's also true that you're not going to find love right away. I know we like to think in these creative Disney thoughts of how romantic it's going to be, and so many of you want chemistry right away, and we'll have a whole nother topic on that. But love is a choice, and love is going to be a decision you make later into the relationship when it's not so romantic and when it's not so fuzzy and warm. So get these unrealistic ideals out of your mind so that you can actually meet someone, enjoy someone, and then move into that love relationship. I like to say that even if you're not super serious about the person you're with, or if you're going on dates with people you're just trying to figure it out, dating, the act of dating, going on multiple dates with multiple people, helps you clarify what you do and what you don't want. And that is huge, you guys. Of course, maybe I don't want a non-smoker. I don't want someone who doesn't like pets. Those are the little things. Sometimes it's the minute details that need some fine tuning, and dating is where you're going to figure that out. Just like going on multiple job interviews and job searches, you're going to figure out the details in the process. I also like to say that I think the more you date, the better you're going to get at dating, so that when the time comes and you actually really like someone, you're going to be able to give them the rose and they're going to want it. So keep that in mind. It's a skill set, and that's why you listen to this podcast, that you need to be doing so that you're really good at it when the time is right. And lastly, I'm going to give you my personal journey. I dated for 10 years. I have had more success on online dating than I ever did meeting people in the real world. And I will be honest, I am great at meeting people in the real world. I meet lots of people at bars, lots of people when I'm out, lots of people at restaurants and events, but I've noticed that none of those ever really turned into something because you're not really sure of someone's intention during that process. When you're online, you hope, and for the most part, most people are intentionally trying to meet people. Now, the quality of them, we know the 80-20 rule, 80% not so good quality, 20% are quality, but everyone is online for that reason. Now, of course, there's going to be shady people online just because they're shady, but there's shady people in the organic, in the real world as well. So don't think that just because you met somebody organically that they're not shady. Shady people are just shady people no matter where they are. All right, so here is my 5 thoughts on why you should be organic versus online. Number 1, it's a numbers game. We talked about this. If you go organic, you are going to have to be doing what you love, right? Everything you're going to be doing what you love throughout your day, and those are only the people you're going to meet. So actually, you're not really expanding even your opportunity to meet people because you're at work, then you're at the grocery store, then you're at the gym, and then you're out hiking, and that's it. That's your numbers game there. If you are online, you're going to have so many more opportunities to meet people who hopefully like to do what you do and maybe can offer something more. That's why I like online. Number 2, effort. You know, I'm huge on effort in everything. If you listen to my 4 things that a woman should look for, the number 1 thing she should be watching on a man is his effort. But here's the deal. If you are organically dating and only hoping for that, then your effort is going to have to be even stronger. You're going to have to purpose to be going out. You're going to have to make new ways to meet new people to intensify your number count. If you are online, you can literally be watching Netflix and chilling. Well, maybe not chilling because you have no one to chill with yet. But it's going to be less effort for you, which in a sense is not a bad thing because it's less effort with a higher numbers game. So again, I think online wins in this one. All right, number 3. Now this is important because you're going to have to show up. No matter what you do, you're going to have to show up. But if you're showing up in organic ways, you're going to have to show up looking good, looking nice all the time, which the benefit to that, though, is when you meet somebody, at least you meet them in their truth of presentation, right? You can tell that if they are presenting themselves in who they are, they're 3-dimensional, so they're not just a flat photo with some bio. You're meeting them in a true form, but you also have to remember you're going to be that person who's being met. So you hopefully will look nice, smell nice, be in a happy mood, because that's not always true. You know, have you ever met someone when you're out and about and you're just in a cranky mood and that person might skip because you weren't quite present or ready? So that could be a little bit of a stress in always having to meet someone organically. Look, I met someone at Big Lots last year. I was wearing these blue workout pants, hair in a bun. And although he found me interesting and fit and cute, I just felt uncomfortable because I was sweaty and gross and like not in my zone. So it wasn't really great for me, although he was excited. It was awkward, and that's not a really great place and a way to meet somebody. Now, if you're online, the way you show up is easier because you can place the photos, take better photos. I mean, you're only 1-dimensional. So the beauty of that is that, well, I guess I can't say the beauty of that, but you can present yourself how you'd like to be. The danger in that is that some people present themselves in ways that are false, right? So you have to make sure that when you present, you put a little bit more effort in, which I appreciate. The people who do well online have put effort in their photos and their bios. And we'll talk about that in the next few podcasts. So again, you're getting a better benefit. Your show up might be less work in online, but you will still get more of a numbers game for that. So again, I like it when you're online. I like it. Number 4 is going to be the perception of how people are receiving you. So when you are out and about, I mean, do you have to drink a little bit to be fun? Are you at work and cranky? Are you at the grocery store and in the zone? So that's going to be difficult because people are going to have to read you in those moments and figure out if you're single or not. Now, if you are online, it's going to be a lot to do with your banter, your effort. So that's going to be up to you, and you don't have to worry about the fact that you are somewhere else over here, because the minute you turn on your phone and you start swiping on the app, you can hopefully be a little bit more centered here. Now, the problem is a lot of you aren't opening up your apps often enough. A lot of these apps are now timeline based, and you've got to move quickly. So I highly encourage you to consistently be on the app. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. That is 2% of your day. Every 15 minutes is 2% of your day. The least you can do to get your love life moving is 2% a day. And ladies, I want to tell you, men are more on the app starting Thursday and Friday. So if you realize men are not returning, sending you back emails, hold on. Try to wait until Thursday, Friday when they feel like they're more free. They're not as focused on work. Some of you understand that same thing. So really wait and try to get those Thursdays, really start swiping and chatting away. That's a good tip. Another reason why I do like online dating is that it actually builds your confidence. And this is what I think happens, is that when you are out in the real world, organic, at your kid's event, it's just hard to be on top of it. When you are online and you are able to choose and select your timing to when you want to chat, to when you want to go on the date, setting things up, you can be in your zone, in that dating zone. You can have your music playing, even a playlist before you're going on these dates. So it's really important to segue more into online dating. I really want to say that if you're online too, you can banter more. I think banter is a huge part. We're going to be talking about your bio and how in your bio you should be creating opportunities to banter. Banter is that fun back and forth play rather than, what question do you want to ask me? Never say that to someone. That is just boring as heck. Or how was your day? Sweet and thoughtful, but really it doesn't go anywhere. So creating that banter is great in your online profile. And if you're not real quick at it, you get some time to practice the banter, because you can read their profile, find something great, write a cute little quirky thing about it, and then send that. And it's more playful and more fun than if you're doing it organically and you're not real quick to have that fun, playful banter. And so then you miss it, and then the person walks away and you think to yourself, oh, I should have said this. How many times has that happened? You're like, I'm at the dog park, I saw the cute girl, and I didn't say anything. Oh. And then you think to yourself, I could have said this. So we don't want to live in a world of I could have said. When you're online, you can say that. You can think about it and then apply it. So you guys, I definitely want to encourage you to be getting online. I also want to share with you that if you are having a hard time doing the online, it's work. I'm happy to help you. I actually have a whole program called the Wing Girl Program. It's coaching, and I run your entire online bio as if I was you, because you know what? Sometimes it's okay to outsource. If you also need help with your bio, I'm happy to write that. I have a formula that works every time. It makes you seem so interesting and amazing, which you already are. You just haven't remembered all the cool things about you. Trust me, I see it all the time. Well, you guys, thanks so much for following. Thanks to Sync Matchmaking for being my sponsor. Go ahead and check them out. That's cinque.com. Get in the database. Go to my link tree. Go to my website. Everything is linked right there. You guys, wait for the next couple ones, because we're going to be talking all about online dating. You're going to want to hear everything. All right, we'll talk to you soon.